So this is an update that no one asked for on the water leak on this Fiesta. So about a year ago I posted a video about water ingress into the boot of this car, and it has been by far my most successful video to date, with just over 30,000 views at the point of this recording. So I thought, why don't I do an update, 1 year on, do another video on how I've been getting on. So let me give you the backstory on this Fiesta. It doesn't actually belong to me, it's my daughter's car. I don't get to see it that often, as she goes to university, so I only get to see the car a handful of times a year. So it's made it difficult for me to answer some of the questions I've had in the comments about, has it rectified the problem? I think it has, but I can't be sure. I've managed to check it a few times over the last 12 months, and I have found some moisture in the boot. But I can't be certain if that's coming from a water leak, or if it's where the boot has been left open while it's raining, while they've been getting shopping or something like that out the back. However, there is one other area I'd like to address, and that's the gutter railings on the roof. I've had a couple of comments about water leaks coming from underneath there. I think it's where the seam weld from the roof and the C-pillar join. And I've seen a few videos online about it as well. So even though I think the water leak is fixed, I'm going to be addressing them gutter rails as well today, just to be sure. And I'll also go over the previous repairs that I made, just to make sure they're still holding up 12 months on. Okay, so this is the black sealant I've been using. You can get from Halfords on the back. That's the instructions. Yep, but it's absolutely perfect for this sort of job. Okay, so having a look, this is the repair I made last year. It's pretty dirty. In fact, let's give it a clean up first. I've given both sides a good clean now, so we can see what we're looking at. So I'll just use this side as an example. So this is the seam weld where most water leaks appear to come from, reading up online anyway and watching other YouTube videos. So yeah, put sealant along here. I also put sealant down here as well, and around here. I also took the backlight unit out, and the seal behind it, I replaced that. And as you know from the previous video in the bumper, I took the vent out and resealed around the vent, and also replaced the tape that had come off. Looking at it, it doesn't look too bad. There's a few places it's peeling up, but it's doing the job. I may go over a few bits. And looking on the other side, it looks fairly similar. However, my main focus is this seal underneath here. It runs the length of the car on the roof. I believe, I've had a few comments about it and reading up online, that there's a seam weld underneath here where the roof and the C-pillar join that can potentially let water in. So I'm going to lift this trim up. I've just got to be careful. I don't know if you can see there, but there's a metal strip in the end. I'm going to take up about 6 inches or so back to about here, and then put some of that sealant underneath. Once I put the sealant underneath, I'll put this tape over it just to hold it down for the next 24 hours. It's just held down with some adhesive. Be really careful. It just fills up quite nicely. Okay, bring you over so you can have a look. So this is what the trim looks like now. I've peeled it up about 6 inches, 6 or 8 inches. I'll give it a good clean. We'll have a bit of a closer look. So I've given it a good clean, the best I can anyway. That should be fine. I'm going to put some sealant in there. So the wipes I was using were these wipes. You don't really want to be using sort of bleach wipes, so you want to be using some sort of alcohol wipe. These are for cleaning computer screens and phone screens, so yeah, it doesn't leave any residue behind. Okay, that was unbelievably difficult to record, but yeah, the sealant is underneath there. What I'm going to do now is push this trim back down. I'm going to use some of this tape to hold it down. Okay, so now the trim's back down. Luckily I didn't bend it with the metal strip inside, it went down nice and flat. I'll just put some of this tape over it. I'll leave it like that for about 24 hours. It's supposed to be warm today and tomorrow with no rain, so plenty of time for it to set. So the other side's done now. I didn't record this, it was too difficult to record and put sealant on at the same time. Yeah, if there were any chances of a future water leak, hopefully I've prevented that from happening. Okay, 24 hours later, let's peel this tape off, have a look. Okay, all looks good. It's definitely stuck down. A little bit of sealant residue there, but it's not really going to be visible. I'll clean all this up, it should be fine. Let's try the other side. It's nicely stuck down, no chance of it lifting up. So yeah, right, I'll give it a wash and check for any water leaks. So I've just washed the car, so let's see if there's any water ingress in the boot. So what I had got on a couple of occasions over the last 12 months was condensation along here, both sides, and the underside of this carpet was damp as well, but I've never found any pooling of water like I had previously. And where it was getting in before I did the repairs last year was underneath there. You can see it's bone dry. Hopefully it's the same this side. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's dry as well, which is good. I've never had water in the footwells in the rear since I did the repair. But yeah, hopefully the repairs I've done now have fixed the problem for good. That's another project done. On to the next one.